Now for today's starting lineups. First, for today's visiting team, the Penmen.
Leading off and playing shortstop, a junior from Bow, New Hampshire, number 7, Tom Landini. Batting second, the designated hitter, redshirt sophomore with Queens, New York, number 22, Marcus Chavez. Batting third, playing first base, a sophomore from Middleborough, Massachusetts, number 25, Sam Henry. Batting cleanup and catching, a sophomore from Goffstown, New Hampshire, number 37, Dakota Mulcahy. Batting fifth and playing left field, a freshman from Braintree, Massachusetts, number 28, Alex Kennedy. Batting sixth, the right fielder, a redshirt senior from Newton, Massachusetts, number 5, Kevin Alexi. Batting seventh and playing third base, a junior from Johnston, Rhode Island, number 8, Jake Goro. Batting eighth, the second baseman, a redshirt junior from Haverhill, Massachusetts, number 9, Joshua Goldstein. Batting ninth and playing center field, a sophomore from Lawrence, Massachusetts, number 1, Idelson Tavares. And on the mound today for the Penmen, a junior from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, number 33, Wesley Tobin. The assistant coaches for the Penmen are John Friday and Zach Romero. The associate head coach is Pat Austin. The head coach of Southern Hampshire in his 11th year is Scott Guaso. And now the starting lineup for the Pioneers. Leading off in playing center field, a freshman from Manalapan, New Jersey, number 11, Giovanni Chiacchio. Batting second, the shortstop, a sophomore from Massapequa, New York, number 15, Christopher Wasson. Batting third, the right fielder, a senior from Bohemia, New York, number 5, Dave Kraft. Batting cleanup and catching, a sophomore from Brinkman Square, New York, number 44, Anthony Baglica. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, a senior from Glen Cove, New York, number 52, Michael Manzione. Batting sixth, the left fielder, a redshirt junior from Provence, New York, number 24, Andy Camillo. Batting seventh and playing first base, a junior from East Meadow, New York, number 54, Zach Fritz. Batting eighth and playing second base, a freshman from Center Moriches, New York, number 14, David Franchi. Batting ninth and playing third base, a senior from Massapequa, New York, number 4, Jimmy Mendyke. On the mound today for the Pioneers, a junior from Port Jefferson Station, New York, number 21, Mike Stiles. The assistant coaches for the Pioneers are Rob Capiero, Jamie Lowe, Daniel Parisi, and Kevin Martinez. The head coach of LIU Post in his 5th season is Mike Gaffney. The umpires for today's game: at first base, Rick Emerson; at second base, Alan Liberdoni; at third base, Vicente Medina; and behind home plate, Rick Cacciatore. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Southern New Hampshire University's Weekend Set for today's regional final. Jacob Van Ryn, Mike Wozniak along with you. We thank you for spending some time with us on this Saturday afternoon. We have a lot to talk about. Obviously, huge game to start things off. Second-seeded Southern New Hampshire has to win 2 games. Third-seeded LIU Post in the driver's seat. They need to win just one. They're 2-0. Penman are 2-1 on the weekend. But, Mike, that's not the headline here today. Huge game, regional title on the line, advancing to next week's Super Regional Final. Tell us about the story that's dominating things here in Hooksett.
So what happened is the starter coming into today was going to be Loshorn, who has been fantastic for Post today and all season long, really dominated 10-0, the freshman, very good, and he got hurt during his stretches, and he is not good to go today. He was hobbled off about 10 minutes before game time started, and then they brought out their new pitcher, who will be Mike Stiles out there, and just terrible set of circumstances for Post, and they're gonna have to battle now. Really, really sad for Loshorn. You feel horribly for the conference's rookie and pitcher of the year, as you talked about it. Really, really unfortunate set of circumstances. Mike Stiles gets the start in his place. You see him take the mound now. Southern New Hampshire coming into this one, they won last night to punch their ticket here 8-0. They defeated Felician to eliminate them. Penman need to win 2 this afternoon. And Mike, it's going to be a tall order. Yes, you got a bit of a break, let's say, with a Loshorn injury. Now, nobody wants to win under those circumstances, but you get a bit of a break. You don't have to face him. But at the same token, you've still got to beat this very impressive, very good LIU Post team twice if you want to advance. Definitely, and Post has really done a very good job with their offense, and that's really what's going to have to be their key now with their injury and probably losing arguably one of their top pitchers on their staff. And now they're going to have to ride that out. And for the Penman, it comes back down to, can their bats produce? And they're going to need it for back-to-back games today if they want to beat this LIU Post team and host the Super Regional back here at Penman Field.
Again, the winner of this one advances to take on the winner of the other regional going on. Final down there features New York Tech taking on Wilmington. You see Stiles going through the motions on the mound. Take a look at Tom Blandini. He'll lead things off here for the Penman. He's been very good this weekend. Southern Hampshire, the story for them all year long. If they hit, they're successful. Southern Hampshire comes in with a mark of 38-13. Northeast 10 Conference at-large bid. LIU Post, meanwhile, 38-14. They are the East Coast Conference champions.
Yeah, and Tom Blandini, as you said, is going to be one of their key contributor, and in this tournament he's looked like the Tom Blandini of last year. You wanted to say it. 5 of 13 thus far, 385 average. He has a triple, he has a home run, which he did against this LIU Post team, 2 RBIs and a stolen base. He's been very good for this team. And another name to look out for, freshman Alex Kennedy, 6 of 9 in the tournament. That's a 667 average, has a home run, 3 RBIs, really carrying this Penman offense thus far.
And some of the bats came to life last night. We'll see if they can carry it over to today's game. Blandini steps in. We are set to get underway on a beautiful, beautiful day here in Hooksett, New Hampshire. Penman versus the Pioneers for a regional title. First pitch hit hard but fouled on the first base line. Stiles on the year, 4-1, 4.14 ERA. This is 9th start of the year for the right-handed junior. 50 strikeouts versus 10 walks. Impressive clip for him.
He is a very good pitcher, but again, Loshorn obviously being the pitcher of the year, it's definitely a little step back down for the LIU Post Pioneers. And for the Penman, this is your opportunity. You need to jump on this. Like, as sad as it is, I'm sure they want to face Loshorn, but you got to take what's given out there.
That pitch misses our crew today behind home plate. Cacciatore down at first, Rick Emerson. Second, Elton Libardoni, and a third is Vincente Medina. That hit, same spot, foul ball, strike 2.
And for Stiles, what's very important is to get this flow going. As you said, he had the late start, noticed really late, so getting through this first inning is very important as you see him hit Blandini there. And again, the Penman, they need to win 2 today, so they need to use this momentum and build upon it early on.
So Blandini gets hit by a pitch. Here's Marcus Chavez now on the plate. Ooh. Chavez, 318 on the year. He's had a good weekend as far as 3 hits.
Another interesting note, last start for Styles coming all the way back May 1st. So he's had a couple of weeks off. He did pitch a bullpen stint against Bridgeport, but still last start as Chavez is going to bunt this one down. Really good spot, and he's going to beat it out.
So maybe he's hit. Wow, good start here for the Penmen. Chavez with a bunt single, Penmen with 2 aboard to start this game off.
This is the perfect start, as you said, for the Penmen. You need to get on top early. No better way to do it but have 2 on and bring up Sam Henry. Now the Penmen need to jump on this early, keep this momentum going if they want to pick up 2 wins today.
Now does Henry.
In the question.
Got to be in play, right?
Anything's in play.
Yeah, no doubt. No, it's not in play, my voice.
Sorry about that,
We'll
partner.
get there, buddy. No indication there. Takes the curveball on the outside corner, strike 1. Styles not dominating stuff, off speed, breaking ball. Good curveballs he saw there. We'll see Wesley Tobin on the mound for Southern New Hampshire. He gets the start in this elimination game. Elimination game, I should say, if the Penmen don't win. Obviously, if LA Post, they win, we'll play a game 2. Now he squares around and bunts it down the first base line. It's a good bunt. Henry will run down to first. He will be eliminated, but that's a good sacrifice bunt. Penmen with 2 aboard and in scoring position and just 1 away.
And this is a showcase of we trust you, Tobin. We're going to get 2 runners in scoring position. We're going to trust Dakota Mulcahy first to get a run home, and then we're going to trust Tobin, who's pretty much been their second best starter all year.
So here's Dakota Mulcahy now to the plate.
The only thing Mulcahy cannot do here is strike out. That's the thing that can kill the drive in general, is he'll take strike 1 on the off-speed pitch.
Takes a breaking ball over. Interesting, they're in at the corners and back up the middle, so that's how they'll play this one. Oh, 1. Bender missed high, ball 1. Didn't miss by much.
No, really good spot there. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how Styles takes it with the late addition at the start. And it's very important for him to get this momentum early, or at least try to get out of these first couple innings while he's trying to get comfortable.
Okay on the year, 22 RBIs, 1 this weekend. Swung on and missed, strike 2.
Really good pitch there away. Mulcahy now in a big spot. Needs to at least put this ball in play for the Penmen.
One, 2 coming. Upstairs, ball 2. Again, the Penmen got a hit batter and then a bunt single by Chavez. Henry moved him up with a sacrifice of his own. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Wow.
What a big pitch. What a big start early on.
Sound good, man. It's grassy. It's not bluesy. I like that on day 3.
So there's 2 away now as we see Alex Kennedy step to the plate.
And again, for Kennedy, he's been the guy of this tournament for the Penmen, and now 2 runners in scoring position. Very big opportunity here.
High and tight to Kennedy from ball 1.
One-0 pitch to Alex Kennedy upcoming from Styles. Is on the ground to the second baseman. Play will be made, so just like that, LIU Post is going to get out of the first inning after 2 on and no out. We'll be right back for the bottom half of the first, and Wesley Tobin.
Stand up if you are a first-generation college student. Stand up if you're a mother. If you are actively deployed, a veteran, or you're in a military family, please stand. The world in which we live equally distributes talent, but it doesn't equally distribute opportunity, and paths are not always the same.
I'm so proud of you, Dad.
I will tell you this, Southern New Hampshire University can change the whole trajectory of your life.
Welcome back here to Penman Field. Michael Wozniak now alongside Bob Lippman, as Jacob Van Ryan, obviously, voice not doing well, and he decided to bow out to you, Bob.
LIU Post had to make a change at starting pitchers. We'll make a little change here as broadcaster. I'll give Jacob a little bit of a breather here.
So, started off really good for the Penmen. Get 2 on, no out. However, couldn't capitalize with the run. And now they send out Wesley Tobin. What are you looking for from him?
Yeah, I think staying ahead of hitters, try to keep off balance with his nice command of the fastball, and Penman will be okay there. Tough opportunity, though. I was a real second and third, 1 out. You certainly want to punch something across, especially with a pitcher who's out there with some jitters. Last minute's got to step in for LIU Post. That was a good 0 that they put up on the board there. Arguably
also their 2 hottest hitters getting the opportunity. Dakota Mulcahy, who's had a tremendous month, and also Alex Kennedy, who's been the player of the tournament for the Penmen. So Wesley Tobin, as we said, getting the start, has really struggled recently. His last appearance, inning and 2/3, didn't pick up the decision, but did give up that run to Assumption, which ended up being big for them. And then also his last start on May 2nd, 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs. And again, it's been back and forth year for Tobin, but when he's good, he's been the second starter for this team.
Giacchio first, huh? Gonna strike right down. No, we're gonna call it a little low.
Called a little low and inside there.
Yeah. Pitch looked pretty good from this angle, didn't it?
Did. 1-0's going to miss high, and Tobin's behind 2-0.
Yeah, and again, you asked me right off the bat, what do I think that he needs to do, and it's stay ahead of hitters.
2-0 pitch from Tobin is going to be high as well, so 3-0. And this has kind of been Tobin's thing. When he's getting going quickly and he gets ahead of hitters, he is very dangerous. But once he falls behind, that fastball tails into the zone and gets hit a little bit. So the 3-0 pitch from Tobin is going to be in there for strike 1.
For Southern New Hampshire, and potentially a very long day of baseball. That's what they're hoping for.
Definitely, that's always the goal, especially when you need it, as there's strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. We have a full count to Giacchio.
And again, his goal, leadoff hitter, just trying to work his way on. Not surprised, took a couple.
And that swung on and missed, and Wesley Tobin, really good fastball on the outside part of the plate. And he'll pick up his first strikeout of the day. That one sure had life on it.
He's a really confident pitcher, Michael, and I think those who have followed the Southern New Hampshire program know that, he is going to thrive in a possible elimination game for the Penmen.
So Christopher Wasson will come up next. He's been the guy against Southern New Hampshire in the game that they met yesterday. He was really their guy, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, also with the home run. So he had a very good day yesterday and will look to continue it here. He took ball 1 high. This one's popped up, however, will get out of play.
Split regional change.
And finally, Mother Nature has given us something that we can be excited about today. Not a cloud in the sky over Penman Field. Temperatures very comfortable. Just a gorgeous day.
Took away Jacob Van Ryan's voice, and sun came out for a beautiful game. That one's in there for strike 2 as the breaking pitch now working for Tobin. So he started with 3 straight balls, and since then he's been money as he'll look to put away Wasson here. It's the off speed, just a little high.
333 hitter. And you look at the batting averages right through the Pioneers lineup, and they're pretty good.
Swung on and missed, so back-to-back strikeouts for Tobin as it's the fastball again on the outside. And as you said, Bob, very aggressive with his delivery, and that fastball has been his best pitch thus far.
So 2 down, and 1 more to get here in the first inning.
Be Dave Brem, who had a really good couple of hits earlier in this regional. Remember a hard liner out to left field that probably would have gotten out on any other day. However, Wynn took it down as he'll take the off speed for strike 1. As you said, this offense very high scoring. coming into the regional, their past 4 games, they were averaging 11.5 runs a game. They walked right through their championship to win it, and now here they look to host the regional if they can pick up a win today.
When you take a look at what typically happens, though, as you get into better competition in these postseason tournaments, guys typically may not perform at the same level.
So that one's strong.
Brem 1 for 9 in the first 2 games so far for LIU Post. Now he's in a 1-2 hole.
So Tobin now looking to strike out the side. The 1-2 pitch. Just missing. Brem looked like he almost wanted it. Held on though, and we'll see a 2-2 count. With these Southern New Hampshire pitchers, a lot of things that you see is they like to move fast, as you already see Tobin in the delivery just outside. But you kind of see it. Walkinshaw is like that, Murphy like that, and Tobin obviously another one. They want to work fast and they want to get aggressive. Full count pitch here with 2 away. Fouled off, and we'll do it again.
Fans all over the field. There are a lot of different places you can watch. I think the most popular seems to be off of the first base hill, up near the softball field, and you can look down into Penman Field.
3-2 pitch. Fouled again down the first base line. Due up for the Penman in the second inning. Kevin Alexi, Jake Coro, Joshua Goldstein. Again, really unfortunate first inning for the Penman as you get 2 on with no away and you still couldn't get a run. They'll be looking to do that. First, Wesley Tobin, who has struck out his first 2 batters, looks for his 3rd in this full count to Brem. The pitch. Foul back again, so really good at bat here for Brem, the number 3 hitter.
Didn't have to go after that pitch. Might have been high, might have been ball 4, but if you think the umpire is going to call that a strike up in the letters, then you got to go after it and protect.
Baglico waits on deck as that will be ball 4, so really good at bat for Brem. And now Velica will come up. Baglica comes on the year, 2nd best hitter average-wise, 331, 3 home runs, 34 RBIs. Again, another one of these big-time bats for the Pioneers, and he'll look in a big spot for this team today with the first runner on for them.
2 for 6 in the tournament already, a 1-run batted in.
Off speed in there for strike 1. So Tobin looks like his A-plus stuff is going to be out there, and the Penman really needed that from him. As again, the Penman not only needs to win this first game, but they also need to win the second game if they want to host. The 0-1 pitch from Tobin to Velica. He'll pick off. Oh, just off as Henry thought he had him, and Tobin was also a couple steps off the mound.
Interesting, this was the same scenario that the SNHU softball team was in last Saturday. They needed to beat St. Anselm twice. Did not get it done in that first game. St. Anselm went on to win the East Regional 1.
Swung on a miss there, so Tobin ahead 0-2.
So what do you come back with, right? Hitter, you don't want to give him anything too good. This is typically your wasted pitch. So maybe go up in the zone a little bit and see if you can get the ump to call strike 3.
Let's see if Tobin will go with the high fastball. Instead, he'll go for the pickoff move to Brem. Brem, 20 stolen bases on the year, leads the Pioneers. So he is no secret that he's going to try to kickstart this offense again into scoring position, so Tobin makes sure of it. So Vaglica down 0-2. The pitch from Wesley Tobin upcoming. Instead, he'll go pickoff again. And again, not in time.
That was a lot closer, though.
Interesting note to see him not focused on the batter, up 0-2 in a count with 2 away. However, really wanting to make sure that Brem doesn't go on the waste pitch, which normally is the case. Another pickoff move. Brem gets back in again.
Yeah, and Brem is now saying, oh, he's gone 3 straight times. There's no way he's going to go 4 in a row, right? So maybe this is the pitch to run on.
The 0-2 again finally delivers and it's fouled back out of play.
Runner not going.
Also not a waste pitch, as that fastball most likely in the zone there from Tobin. Tobin looking to strike out the side again. Walked Brem over at first. Good spot, but ball one.
So that was the pitch that you throw, trying to get him to chase something out of the zone.
Manzione on deck for the Pioneers. 10 home runs on the year, leads the team. So very dangerous bat on the deck for the Pioneers, and Tobin needs to make sure he gets one of these outs here. Especially after the great start, you don't want to give up runners in scoring position and turn it into a long inning. Another pickoff move to Brem, and Brem back in time again.
Defense line straight away.
The 1-2 yet again from Tobin. Off speed, drilled into the gap. Kennedy gets over there and makes the play for Southern New Hampshire. So Wesley Tobin strikes out the first two batters, gives up a walk, and then retires the third. We'll be right back for the top half of the second.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
This is LIU Post.
We are pioneers in spirit and in practice.
On the boards.
And beyond borders.
This is LIU Post, a leader in business.
An international destination for the arts.
An engine of experiential education.
Where entrepreneurs get their start. Accomplished alumni give back.
And innovative degree programs connect.
For a 360-degree view of the world.
This is LIU Post.
Where the pioneering spirit soars. LIU Post.
Who again had a really optimistic first inning. 2 on, no out, and unfortunately couldn't put any runs on the board.
Hit by pitch, a bunt single, a sacrifice to move the runners to second and third. But again, as you point out, a good opportunity goes by the board. You can't let too many of those go by. So Alexi's had a nice start to this tournament for the Penmen.
Had a really big home run in that first game against Assumption. Took the lead back in the 8th inning, which would later turn into the walk-off by Sam Henry into left field. But as you said, really good tournament. First pitch swinging, strike one. And for Stiles, maybe he's starting to get into that normal routine. As we said, had to go out to the bullpen late due to the injury. And again, first two batters had a little issues and then came right back and finished strong for the Pioneers. That one swung on a missed, so 1-2 to Alexi. Alexi on the year, 244 average. That one's lined down the third base line. That's a fair ball. We'll go for extra bases as Kevin Alexi is going to start off this inning with a stand-up double for the Penmen.
That was right off the third base bag, wasn't it? Carried it all the way to the far corner. No trouble at all for Alexi to get it to second base.
And there's a really good third baseman over there, Mendyke. He made a lot of good, tremendous plays over there in this tournament. However, couldn't get to that one as that one's off the bag, as you said. And now another good start for the Penmen. Let's see what the play is here. Let's see if Coro's bunting over to third. Obviously did not work out the first time. Pioneers believe it is a bunt as they bring the corners in. Coro swinging and strike one.
Was not showing a bunt on that first pitch. Doesn't mean that it wouldn't come back with one here.
Corner's still in for the Pioneers, playing for the bunt. Alexi takes his lead, swung on and missed. Probably no bunt here with 2 strikes.
Coro 3 hits, 10 tries in the postseason.
Now the 0-2 to Coro. Alexi, a strong lead over at second base. Pitch out, throw down to second, not in time. Another good defensive player for this team is the catcher, Vaglica, who's made a couple of tremendous saves, and as you see the arm there, throwing it down to second.
Right, you saw the same thing that I did, that the runner, Alexei, scampered a couple of extra feet away. Catcher thought he might have a shot at him.
1-2, Coro on the ground to second base. That play will be retired. However, Alexei able to move up to third, so kind of like a sacrifice bunt there for Jake Coro as he moves the runner up to third.
Productive out from that standpoint. And now you get an opportunity here with Goldstein, who can put a ball into the outfield. And the Penmen can get the first run of the game. Joshua 3 for 12 with a run batted in.
Goldstein, really good hitter, 293 average on the year. Only has struck out 31 times. Again, that's what you don't want to do here. Corners will play in. So again, the Pioneers know about Southern New Hampshire's pitching, do not want to give up that first run. However, you can't bring the full infield in, being only the top of the second inning. Great off-speed pitch in there for strike one, so 1-1. Idelson Taveras would be due up on deck, the center fielder. And then it would be back to the top of the orders. That's another off-speed, and Goldstein swinging away a little late. And 1-2 here. Really good start for Stiles, who again hasn't really started in a long time, about 2 weeks' time. That pitch is away, 2-2.
Had you heard, was he going to be the designated pitcher in Game 2 yet, or had they not talked about that at this point?
You know,
and I'm sorry, I'm just jumping in here last second, so I was aware of the injury.
This one's popped up.
I don't think that's going to get the run in.
Franchi will make the play. So just like that, another situation where you have a runner on second base with no outs. And right now, 2 outs, runner on third for Idelson Taveras. So for Game 2, unsure for both teams who the starter would be.
Yeah, I mean, as you're looking, the head coaches know who they plan to throw in Game 2 if the situation plays out that way, but they don't like to talk about it.
Taveras' first pitch to the first baseman. So another jam for Post, and another job well done as they get out of it. So after 1.5 innings, Southern New Hampshire and LIU Post still tied at nothing. We'll be right back for the bottom half of the second.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face. You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
When I see obstacles, I create opportunities.
When I see adversity, I find a way.
When I hear never, I say now.
Southern New Hampshire University is education made to fit your goals. With over 200 degree programs, flexible class schedules, and some of the lowest online tuition rates in the nation.
So when I face barriers, I can break through.
Break through at snhu.edu.
Welcome back here to Penman Field. NCAA split regional action. Winner of this game, or winner of today's games, will host for next week in the regional championship for the East region. Try to get back to Cary, North Carolina. Obviously, Southern New Hampshire did it last year and will look to do it again this year.
3 left on, though. First 2 tries at bat for the SNHU Penmen. Post up for their second time. They drew a walk in the first inning but didn't score off of that.
Manzione, Camillo, and Fritz, the 3 due up against Tobin. Again, Manzione, 10 home runs on the year. Off-speed pitch in there for strike 1. So again, the Penmen really good offensively, however, just couldn't capitalize and get the runs in the first 2 innings. Be a story late. Manzione into the gap. That one's going to fall down. He will take the turn as Idelson Taveras misplays it. Thrown to second, not in time, so it's a sliding double for the first hit today for LIU Post.
Okay, you might have hung a curveball there, and the batter gave it a terrific ride all the way out to the wall in deep left center field.
So now Camillo will come in. He has been their most productive hitter in this tournament, 4 for 7 in the 2 games for LIU Post. And now he has a runner on second base for Wesley Tobin. Let's see if the idea here for Post is to drop one down, get the runner to third. Southern New Hampshire kind of done that in the first 2 innings, however, didn't get the run across. First pitch from Tobin, off speed in there, strike one.
Again, starting hitters off with strikes, always a good plan of action. Post got here, LIU Post got here with wins over Felician, and they beat the Penman in the winner's bracket game yesterday.
This pitch is inside, 1-1.
Penman had to play their way back into today's action with a win last night over Felician after beating Assumption on Thursday.
Andy Morales, sensational game last night for the Penman. 1 hit, complete game shutout. This one thrown again inside. We talked about this Post team. Their bats and their offense has really been their catalyst. They do have those stellar pitchers that they threw in the first 2 games. 378 runs this year for their team. Obviously, they use aluminum all year long. Southern New Hampshire uses the wood for the regular season. So let's see how this turns out. This is a very good offensive team, and it doesn't look like Camillo's bunting as he takes strike 2 at the curveball in the outside corner. So let's kind of see how it works out. As we said, this was the matchup to look for all week. Happened yesterday, and it was a close game in the end, but Southern New Hampshire drops it. Camillo up the middle for a base hit. Runner's going to round and come home. Taveras with a strong throw home. Goes over the head of Mulcahy, and the Pioneers are on top 1-0.
Well, you talked about this being the hottest hitter for the Pioneers, and Camillo delivers one back up the middle. I think that was an 0-2 pitch, too.
2-2. 2-2.
2-2.
So the Pioneers will strike first. We talked about this high-powered offense, and just like that, if you're Mike Stiles, you weren't supposed to get the start today. You got into trouble. Your defense got you out of it twice, and now you look up and you have a 1 on the board. Still no outs here. It's coming in as Fritz, the first baseman. He'll take strike 1.
So a double and a single and a run after LIU Post challenged in the first couple of innings Southern New Hampshire, putting runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs in both frames and did not score.
Fritz will foul this one back and fall to 0-2. Fritz, another one of the power hitters for this LIU Post team. 9 home runs, 37 RBIs, 279 average, and we looked at this Post team. It just seems lineup down. They're all hitting 300, and they're all have that decent power. Again, very successful offense who rolled through their tournament for victory, as that one's foul back.
Challenged him up and away. Hitter said, I'm getting a fastball. Let's see what I can do with it.
And that's the kind of pitcher that I believe Tobian is. He's a very much, I'm going to throw my fastball, you have to beat it if you want to win. And again, he has struggled as of late. Let's see how he shakes out now, giving up the top run as ball 1 will be high. As we said, he gave up 1 run against Assumption. That made the game 3-3. Obviously, the walk-off win by Sam Henry. And again, his last start, not a Wesley Tobin start. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. And only 5 strikeouts, which is normally his calling card. So 1-2 pitch upcoming from Wesley Tobin. Off speed, fooled him for strike 3. So 3rd strikeout for Wesley Tobin. And he gets Fritz swinging.
This is Frenchie, the freshman from Center Mauritius, New York.
I'm not even going to try that one.
There you go.
So Frenchie will line up. The second baseman has had some tremendous defensive plays. Camillo on second after the RBI single and then advancing on the throw home. Tobin now trying to get out of it with the strikeout to Fritz last time up and gets ahead early, 0-1. The 0-1 from Tobin is high, 1-1. Again for the Penman, you kind of have to relax after giving up the first run. And you also have to think in the back of your mind, you don't have to win just one today, you have to win two. So it's very important that Wesley Tobin does go far into this game, because again, you have to rely on some pitching in the next game if you do win. This one's flied out to right. It's Alexi in the sun, puts it away. Camillo looking to tag up. This throw's on the mark, however not in time. Strong arm power out there in the right field from Kevin Alexi. Camillo will advance. And now Mendyke, again, the really good defensive third baseman for this Pioneers club, has a chance to make this 2-0 if he can put a single or a base hit. So again, beautiful weekend here at Penman Field. In general, really good baseball too over these past 3 days. First pitch up coming from Wesley Tobin is that off-speed pitch in there for strike one.
Mendyke 248 of the year, one hit so far in this postseason tournament, scored a couple runs.
And again, his glove at third base has been sensational, saving a couple runs I remember in that first game. Ball one high, so Tobin 1-1, and look at third, and Camillo trying to take a little jump, trying to make Mulcahy flinch. Obviously, a 2-run advantage would be huge for the Pioneers, who only have to win one. This one's popped up. Mulcahy camps under it and drops it. Runners going to score. And it's a 2-0 advantage as that one drops in front of Dakota Mulcahy, the catcher.
Right in front of home plate. That was a major league pop-up. High, and Mulcahy right in front of the plate. Figured he had a pretty good look on it and did not make the catch. I think maybe bothered a little bit by the runner coming right behind him, but
really kind of weird play where it's popped up. You know the runner's coming home and he's running as fast as possible. And again, it's a really good start here for Post, is the big error there, and Southern New Hampshire trails 2-0 against the Pioneers, who have really been on a hot streak, and again only need to win one of these games today to advance. This one's fouled off for strike one.
I minimized the damage. Again, with a runner at first base, 2 runs in, get that third out. Everything anything else which would score in this inning now would become unearned, because that should have been the third out of the inning. A 2-in for the Pioneers.
And for sure, this could be a costly error for the Penmen, as they now trail 2-0.
About a 1-foot pop-up, right?
Off speed in there for strike two. Now Wesley Tobin looks to settle back in. Again, we talked about shaky starts of late, and now giving up 2 runs, now one of them unearned on the error. He needs to bounce back here. The 0-2. Outside corner just a little low for ball one.
Went out for a walk this morning. It was pretty breezy, but as I look now, there's nothing out there. The flag's not moving at all. Trees, look at the treetops. Out in left center, nothing much going on.
It's interesting, as the 1-2 pitch is going to be in there for strike 3, 4th strikeout for Wesley Tobin. We'll talk more about the weather after this. So LIU Post picks up 2 runs in the bottom half of the second, and they lead as we'll head to the top of the third. plays that way. Welcome back here to Penman Field for the top half of the third inning. Bob Lippman, Michael Wozniak was Jacob Van Ryan, however, tapped out.
He's still here. Everything is here except his voice.
Yeah, he's still here. You just can't hear him.
The 3 yesterday took a lot out of him.
So top of the order, due up for Southern New Hampshire, Tom Blandini, Marcus Chavez, Sam Henry. We talked about Blandini as he'll take strike one. Has been one of these leaders for the Penmen his whole career here. 5 of 13 in this tournament, as this one's on a line down the line, however, will go foul. And now you're down 2 runs. Kind of need something going, and Blandini is the big guy for Southern New Hampshire if he wants to get this going.
And there's nothing like taking the steam out of your opponent than having them score runs, and then you come right back and put runs on the board. So Penman starting their order second time through here. Blandini reached on a hit by pitch his first time up, did not score.
A lot of missed opportunities thus far for the Penman as this one's floating into right field. However, right fielder will get under it and make the play. That's Brem.
Stiles, a junior out of Port Jefferson Station. New York went 4-1 with an ERA of 4.14, 6'2", 285-pounder.
And again, late start for him as freshman Loshorn injured. As ball one outside goes to Chavez, who had a bunt single his first plate appearance. And again, for Southern New Hampshire, the story has been missed opportunities. You had 2 good scoring opportunities in the first and second inning, couldn't capitalize. And then big error by Dakota Mulcahy, which has costed you a run, and now you look up and you're down 2-0 in the top of the third. Chavez, hard foul up the hill in right field. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed.
What a dandy of a pitch there. Has floated the curveball up and away. And already the second strikeout of the game for Mike Stiles. Terrific pitch.
So Stiles, again, late start. He's been very good as that off-speed pitch was filthy. Got the strikeout. As Sam Henry will come up, sacrifice bunt, his first opportunity at the plate. Has had a really good tournament, obviously, with the walk-off in Game 1 against Assumption. He'll take strike one from Stiles. The 0-1, high, ball one. Henry also leader for this Penman team in average, 298. Runs batted in, 36. And stolen bases with 16. That one's outside, 2-1. Had a really good sophomore campaign here for the Penman as he looks to keep their hopes alive. Inside corner, strike 2. Henry doesn't like the call. Dakota Mulcahy with the big error. The last inning would be next. However, he will not get the opportunity as Stiles with back-to-back strikeouts. So the Penmen go down 1-2-3. And LIU Post is due up 2-0.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
Welcome back here to Penman Field. Wasson, Brem, Vaglika due up here for the LIU Post Pioneers. Bob Lippman, you were bringing up something interesting on that pop-up in the last inning. If you don't make the catch, do you let it go foul or do you keep it fair?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting dilemma, and I guess you knew that the ball was going to hit in fair territory on the pop-up by Mendyke, but would it have spun backwards and into foul territory?
And as you see on the replay, kind of Mulcahy was behind it, so kind of wasn't going to go back to him with him standing there. As that's strike one from Tobin.
Yeah, and another look. Did you see the facial expression from the batter there? We had a few of them going away there, and the breaking balls have been called strikes.
This one's lined into left field. Kennedy making a charge on it and makes a tremendous catch for the Penmen. Alex Kennedy, the freshman who's been the catalyst offensively for this team, makes a tremendous play and saves extra bases.
Had it all the way, didn't he? Actually, a terrific read off of the bat by Kennedy there, because he was in a full sprint and just got to that ball.
And again, Alex Kennedy came in here as a catcher, played a little first base. Now he's out in left field, and he's been playing there every day because he's been tremendous. First pitch on the ground, Blandini picks it up, throw is not in time. Blandini a little slow there on the release, and the throw not in time over to first. Here's the replay.
Close. Let's see.
Kind of bobbled it on the transition. It's close.
I couldn't tell. Not maybe a slow motion. You'd be able to look at it. That'd be an infield single.
So Brem on again for the Pioneers.
Now you want to win games like this, though, Michael. I mean, you have got to play almost flawless defense, and it's another one that went against the Penmen.
Off speed in there for strike one as Vaglica comes up. His first plate appearance, he reached via the error. Fastball, call the ball, and again, you kind of hear from the dugouts. Both teams kind of been a little upset with the home plate umpire today.
Yeah, sometimes you get the call, but it's got to be consistent, right?
Yes, definitely. As that one swung on and missed. 1-2 as Tobin went back to the fastball. Again, Brem, we talked about it. A lot of stolen bases for this team. 20 leads the team over there first. Tobin went for the pickoff move about 4 or 5 times. Brem stops here. This one's blooped. Right field, Henry trying to get back, however, wouldn't get to it. And there you see is Brem kind of in motion, kind of that delayed steal.
Yeah, as soon as he heard the bat on the ball, though, he did the right thing, which was stop and make sure that you don't get yourself too close to second base where you would be doubled off if somebody's able to catch one there.
So Tobin looking to battle back now. Southern New Hampshire trailing 2-0. We talked about it in the open. Bob, you weren't here, but when the Penmen's bats are there, they're a really good team, and right now they've had those opportunities and they just haven't been able to cash in. Off-speed pitch is away, 2-2.
Keep it as close as you can and give that offense a chance to do something big.
2-2 from Tobin. This is the pickoff play over to Brem, not in time. Game one kind of went the other way. Southern New Hampshire picked up the first run. LIU Post scored 4 straight, and then Southern New Hampshire tried to rally in the 9th and, however, could not put it away. So these teams looking for a good one here, or maybe a couple good ones. Brem is taking off on this pitch as it's fouled back, so it'll stay 2-2.
You know, and these are the kinds of things that you can do with a 2-0 lead. You can be a little aggressive, try a hit-and-run play there. Put the man in motion, you find a gap that's going to lead to another run.
Again, we talked about this Post offense and obviously not needing any help with the 2-run lead, but you kind of feel like they want to jump on this as much as they can. This one flied out to right. Alexi camps under it, makes the play. So 2 away here. And I'll bring up Mike Manzione. Manzione 1 for 1, had that double, and then he would later come around and score the first run of the game for the Pioneers. A lot of power on this kid. 10 home runs. He'll look again to spark this offense. Brem on first, 2 away here for Tobin. As he looks to get out of it for Southern New Hampshire and get back to the dugout. First pitch breaking in there, strike 1.
have that big batter in the boxer is looking fastball. And Tobin has started quite a number of batters in this game with the breaking ball. Gets ahead again.
Brem takes off. It's fouled away. Now Tobin quickly ahead 0-2. Again, Southern New Hampshire not typically used to facing the aluminum bats, and obviously there is a little difference there with bat speed and whatnot. Now Tobin obviously starting a lot with breaking pitches. I remember Walkinshaw in game 1, a lot of breaking pitches. Maybe there's a little different way of throwing with the aluminum bat versus the wooden bat, as that one's fouled off and up the hill. So Brem will stay at first base. 0-2 Wesley Tobin trying to get out of the jam for Southern New Hampshire. The 0-2 popped up. Henry trying to make a run in foul territory. However, no one will get to it.
3 tried. Unable to record the out there. But Tobin stays ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. LIU post with 2 runs in the second inning. Manzione, this guy, started it with a double. Scored on a single by the batter who's in the on-deck circle.
And again, we talked about this post team, and you can just see why they're a good offensive team. They're always fouling off pitches. They're always going into these deep counts, and they're doing a really good job here. The 0-2, runner going. It's called a ball. Throw down by Mulcahy. Not in time, so Brem will steal base number 21 on the year. And again, now you have a runner in scoring position for Manzione, who already has a double in the game. Really nice jump by Brem there. So it's another runner in scoring position for LIU post. The 1-2. Low, 2-2.
Another one close, just off the plate.
Again, beautiful day here in Hooksett, New Hampshire. And as Bob was mentioning earlier, no wind to speak of. Kind of not what we're used to here at Penman Field. Normally a lot of wind. This one drilled into center field. Idelson Taveras with a good read on it and will put it away. However, LIU Post picks up their 3rd hit of the contest. They could not bring them home. They still lead 2-0 here at Penman Field.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back here to Penman Field as we get ready for the top half of the 4th inning. As we said, NCAA split regional here. Winner of this will host in the regional finale. On the other side, NYIT taking on Wilmington in game number 1 there as they try to see who's going to come out of that side. Bob, do you have any inside info?
Yeah, NYIT 2 outs away from securing the spot in the Super Regional.
So again, that would be a very, very interesting matchup either way. Next week when that game happens, it will be a best 2 out of 3 at the host, either here at Penman Field or over in LIU Post. 1-1 count here to Dakota Mulcahy, who again had the costly error and also struck out his first plate appearance with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Or 1 out away, and he had runners on 2nd and 3rd. He's behind 1 and 2 here.
Both pitchers
doing Mike Stiles.
Both pitchers doing a really good job of just mixing things up here in the early going.
And you really have to give Stiles a lot of credit. Again, not scheduled to start in this game comes in, and he's been tremendous thus far.
It's now set down 6 in a row since the double back in the second inning for the Penmen. Kevin Alexi had started it, and the Penmen could not get him in from third.
The 1-2 pitch, Mulcahy rips it into right for a base hit. So Dakota Mulcahy will end the streak of 6 set down in a row as the Penmen look to climb back into this game down 2 runs. Here's Alex Kennedy again, 6 for 9 coming into today in the tournament. 667 average. He has a home run, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. The freshman also made a tremendous play in left earlier. He'll take strike 1.
Did come up with a couple of men in scoring position back in the first inning and grounded out.
This one's on the ground, could be 2 on a 2nd for 1. They're going to call it on. They're going to call it on the transfer, so it will be 1 out at second. So Kennedy now grounds into a fielder's choice. So Mulcahy will be retired. Any thought on the transfer, or do you think that was clear?
Yeah, I think they got it right there. It was Al Liberdoni down at second base. Was right on top of the play.
It's now Kevin Alexi, who had a big home run in game 1. This one's blooped into foul territory, and it's dropped for a foul. Almost looked like the shortstop put it in the left fielder's glove, however, it did bounce once.
Yeah. Again, 3 coming together there, and it's who's going to try to make the play on it, and almost came up with a really good play there was Wasson, but unable to make the catch, so Alexi's still alive. And the Penmen still with a man on, down a run. 1 swing ties this.
A lot of power in this spot as Alexi has a good amount of home runs on the year. He has 5 now. Tied for the team lead with Tom Blandini, who hit his in a game versus LIU Post yesterday. This one on the ground. Diving effort, however, will get through. Kennedy will move station to station. So now Southern New Hampshire again 2 on. Let's see if they can bring a run here in the top of the 4th. Again, it's really been the story all year for this Penman baseball team is, can the bats produce runs for this pitching? And again, the costly mistake by Dakota Mulcahy in the second to give a run to LIU Post. Now they need to get some work done. And again, even if you handle game number 1, you still have to deal with game number 2. So Jake Coro will come up to the plate. This one's slow on the ground for strike 1. 235 average, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs for Coro. Very clutch player this year, though. Had a walk-off home run, a couple of big moments for the Penmen. See if he can come through again here. The 0-1 pitch on the ground. This one's going to be a base hit in the right field. Scott Loazzo is going to round Kennedy home. The throw is over and offline. So runners will advance to third and second, but that's an RBI single for Jake Coro. And the Penmen have cut the deficit to 2-1.
And an error on the right fielder moves 2 into scoring position for the Penmen there. And they found the hole twice on the right side. Back-to-back hitters, Alexi and Coro. And SNHU is within shouting distance here. Finally was that the 6th at bat with runners in scoring position of the game, and finally able to put the bat on it and get him in. No error on the play, on the throw. They'll have the runners advance over. So Coro is at second, and Alexi is at third.
So now Joshua Goldstein with a big opportunity here as the deficit has been trimmed 2-1. 2 more runners in scoring position. Pioneers will play corners in again. They've played this way all tournament. They kind of want to, just in case, you bring the infield in on the corners to make sure that you can cut down a run if you can. This is on the ground to the shortstop. Runner will come around and score. So it's an RBI ground out for Joshua Goldstein, and the Penmen have evened this up at 2.
RBI 21 for Goldstein.
Really good job there by Goldstein. Knows that the corners are in. However, just find a place, just try to get contact. And here we go. It's a brand new game here at the top of the fourth. Idelson Tavares steps in. He'll take ball one away.
Yeah, Coro stayed at second there for the Penmen. But you're a base hit here away from being able to perhaps take the lead.
That one's in there for strike one. So 1-1. And again, 2 outs in this inning. I think the play from Coro was make sure you're not caught in a rundown. You want to keep the runner in scoring position just in case Tavares can come through with a base hit.
He didn't go there.
So it'll be a 2-1 count to Idelson Tavares, the center fielder. He's made some tremendous plays in the outfield in this tournament. Really good speed off the ball. He can track him down really good, and he has a high IQ for it. That one swung on and missed. 2-2 count now. So Stiles trying to work out of the jam after sacrificing 2 runs in this inning. For the Pioneers, again, they only have to win 1 game out of the 2 today to advance and host in the Super Regional. 2-2. Swung on, and it's into right field for a base hit. Coro's going to be waved around. The throw is going to be not in time. Throw going into second is safe, and Idelson Tavares has given the Penmen a 3-2 advantage.
3 of them to right field, and twice they've tested the arm of the right fielder. He's come up high both times, and SNHU came into the inning down 2-0, and now the Penmen needing a win, lead 3-2.
I was just about to say that. They found that hole in between Franchi and Fritz 3 times in this inning, and now the Penmen had a couple of opportunities in the first 2 innings, couldn't strike, and now in the top of the fourth, they've struck gold with 3 runs here.
3 consecutive batters have knocked in runs. It started with Coro, Goldstein, and Tavares.
Tom Blandini now will come up for the Penmen. Got hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Did not reach in his second. Ball is away for ball 1. Blandini, as we said, has had a really good tournament. Again, for the Penmen, now you have a lead. Let's see if they can hold it late, as Wesley Tobin will look to take them home in game number 1. This pitch is away, ball 2. And if you're the Pioneers, you can relax. There's still a lot of at-bats in this game, and again, worst comes to worst, you still play a second game here at Penman Field.
You sure don't play it that way, right? If you can put them away now, you do that.
That one swung on and missed, 2-1.
Yeah, good pitch after falling behind. Stiles maybe showing a little signs there of nervousness or concern, and did not bring it too close to the plate for Blandini. Got a strike.
Again, we talked about it. Has had 1 bullpen stint of an inning and 2/3, and since that has not started since all the way back May the 1st was his last time going more than a couple innings, so maybe a little rust from not starting as much. This pitch is away, 3-1.
Chavez, if Blandini reaches.
Be the DH today. He's been fantastic as well for the Penman, 318 average on the year. The 3-1 to Blandini, swung on, popped up, looks like it will stay in the infield. Fritz is over there, will put it away. However, the Penman bats come alive. They take a 3-2 advantage here at Penman Field in the NCAA Split Regional.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level.
that was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Welcome back here, Bob Lipman, Michael Wozniak. So the Penmen get 3 runs, and the bats finally come alive when they needed it. As you said, they had 6 at-bats with runners in scoring position. They couldn't get it done. And then they finally do break through in that top half of the 4th. However, you still have to look at this high-powering LIU post offense, and they'll bring out Andy Camillo, who again in this tournament has been their guy. Now 5 of 8 in the tournament has been very good for the Pioneers. First pitch from Wesley Tobin is ball 1.
Singleton knocked in the first run for the Pioneers back in the 2nd inning. And Camillo ended today with a .325 average. That's really good.
It's ball 2 away. And again, kind of, you look through the post lineup. They have 4 guys batting over 300. They have about 3 or 4 more who are just on the cusp of it. Very good offensive team here that the Penmen are facing. 2-1 count to Camillo. Pitch from Tobin. Low, 3-1.
Yeah, a lot of times I favor the team that pitches and plays defense a little better when you get into the tournament kind of games. LIU post has, as a called strike there, will retire Camillo. LIU post having to deal with the adversity here of losing their starting pitcher. I'm sorry, a walk, not a strikeout.
So ball 4
gotcha.
by Tobin, who doesn't walk a lot of batters. And we'll see walk number 2 for him now. As again, one of the power hitters, it's Fritz. 9 home runs on the year. And normally you would favor the pitching matchup, but the Pioneers in this tournament have been really good, and their pitching has been very good here. They bring out a really good overall team, and they'll be looking to host next week. Down the third baseline for strike 2.
And New York Tech has won, so they are in. They are on to next weekend. And the question will be, how far will they have to go?
It's going to
I hear New Hampshire's nice this time of year.
The 0-2 pitch is outside, ball 1. Tobin really thought he had it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Again, let's go back to consistency, because breaking balls to the outside part of the plate have been called strike, 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 and then this one called a ball. So it's all about the consistency. That's why he reacted that way.
The 1-2 pitch. This one's lined hard down the left field line, however, will get out of play. Again, Southern New Hampshire, the East Region host from not the host, but the representative. There you go. There's the word. Sound like Jacob Van Ryn a little bit there. Pitch fell back and out of play. He laughs at me inside the booth here today.
Penmen have out-hit the Pioneers 6-3, and with the 3 spot in the top of the 4th, SNHU up by a run on just a gorgeous day.
The 1-2 pitch from Tobin. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Wesley Tobin. That will give him strikeout number 5 thus far.
He struck out Fritz now twice and went away with the fastball there, and batter did not leave it into the umpire's hands to call it as he went after it.
David Franchi will step up for the Pioneers 0 for 1 today. So
man on first on the walk.
First pitch from Tobin here. Instead it will be a pickoff play over to first. Camillo getting back. So again, obviously, Southern New Hampshire wants to head back to Cary, North Carolina. They would get the chance to host if they win both games today. But LIU Post has been a very, very good team here, and they've definitely showed why. This one down the third base line, picked up in foul territory wisely by Coro.
It bounced foul initially, went back into fair turn. I don't have a good look down the line, but it looked like it went at least right back to the line and then went back foul. Want to take a look at it. I wish I had the little shot tracer here so we could follow the ball, but in the end it's a ball length foul.
Good camera work up top. So 0-1 here as Coral wisely picks up the foul ball. Probably would have been an infield single. As ball one again on the inside corner. Again, it's that off-speed pitch on that corner. It's kind of been strike or ball, depending on
Tobin likes to live in there, doesn't he?
Very aggressive pitcher, as you said, in the open. He loves to play that way. His pitch, off-speed, now high, 2-1. And again, Tobin struggled recently, so now looking up, he has a 3-2 lead. He needs to calm it down and get into his groove. When he has his ace stuff, he has been the second best pitcher on this pitching staff. Pickoff play, got him. Good pickoff move by Wesley Tobin, and they'll get Camillo at first.
If you could see the coming over from that third base coaching box, I'm not sure that they're happy with that call over at first. Great job, though.
Here's the replay. I think third base coach may be wanting a balk as Tobin may have went forward a little bit. However, out will be retired. This pitch. And that one is going to be called a strike.
So it's 2-2 on
Penman dugout
Franchi.
very upset that that was called a ball at first. A lot of heads starting to poke out of the dugout and look in and kind of be like,
the arm from the ump came a little late.
2-2 pitch, off speed. Again, the dugout.
Yeah, and you've got to be careful here because you don't want to live, in the dugout criticizing all the umpires' calls.
Rick Kakator behind home plate. Full count pitch from Tobin on the ground to Coro. He'll catch it again in foul territory. It's now 2 away here in the bottom half of the third. That's a very important out that they did get at first base, because if Tobin does lose the runner, does lose the batter here, then it would have been 2 on with only 1 away. So again, kind of opportunities on both ends. And thus far, the Penman leading 3-2. This one fouled back, so we'll do it again.
2 outs in the inning. Now nobody on. To me, it appears Tobin has excellent command of his pitches today. Both the breaking ball and the fastball. He's not made many mistakes.
This one on the ground will go in for a base hit.
Good job by Franchi.
So again, the runner at first becomes more important now, as it would have been 2 on with 1 out. But Franchi, again, nice job, and found the hole that the Penman have been using in that top of the fourth.
Tobin didn't do anything wrong there. He got a ground ball. Just it happened to find the hole on the right side.
This will bring up Mendyke, the third baseman for this team, 0 for 1 on the day. So Franchi over at first, the second baseman.
Only a couple of stolen bases, so Franchi you might worry about a little bit less than some of the other guys.
And all the teams that made it to this side of the regional, very aggressive base running we've seen here. We've seen Southern New Hampshire, who obviously likes to be aggressive on the base paths, Assumption, and then Felician, and obviously LIU Post. So very aggressive teams here. The 1-0 pitch from Tobin. This one's into right field. Alexi charging, seems to be under it, and puts it away. So Southern New Hampshire gives up a hit, however keeps their 3-2 advantage. We'll head into the top of the fifth right after this.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Welcome back here to Penman Field. Bob Lippman alongside Michael Wozniak for the final day of this sub-regional. NYIT winning on the other side up in Garden City. Adelphi, the #1 seed, falling. And now, whoever wins this game will host between the LIU Pioneers and the Southern New Hampshire Penmen. It'll be 2, 3, 4 hitters due up Marcus Chavez, Sam Henry, and Dakota Mulcahy. So again, for the Penmen, 3 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. It was Dakota Mulcahy, which did cost the Penmen a run early in this contest for Post. 2 runs on 4 hits with no defensive errors. 3-0 now to Chavez.
Still the right-hander, Mike Stiles, starting this game.
3-0 pitch, taking all the way, strike 1. So again, still a lot of game to play as Chavez is going to drive this in for a base hit in right field. Seems like the Penmen really like that side today. They got all 3 of their RBIs from hitting it on the ground into right field, and now you see a bloop base hit for Chavez.
You know, and so often you will see this with a pitcher that maybe you're not used to and maybe you haven't prepared for as much. But now we're into the 3rd time through the order. A lot of better at bats, 2nd time through the order for the Penmen against Stiles, putting you're not trying to do too much, I think is probably the way to describe it. Just trying to make contact there, and the ball's been able to fall in. Penmen up to 7 hits already.
So really good start again. Stiles, not the pitcher that the Penmen thought they would have seen. It would have been Joshua Loshorn, again, who's been really stellar. 10-0 record, 1.34 ERA, getting hurt before the game. We wish him the best. Henry lifts this into right field. Play will be made. Chavez will head back to first for the first out.
This is the 4th time in 5 innings that the Penmen have put the lead man on. 3 hits to start innings, including Chavez with a single here in the 5th inning.
And as you said, these teams obviously don't face each other often. They only met once this year, back February 21st. Penmen won 2-0. Obviously, last night, LIU Post picking up a win. However, Stiles did not pitch against this team all year, and neither for Tobin.
Mulcahy barking at the plate umpire here. That one ran way in and was called a strike.
And as the backstop, he knows what the strike zone is, and very frustrated, obviously. Probably upset that Tobin not getting that call earlier in this contest. We've seen a lot of chirping at the home plate umpire thus far between both teams. Penman dugout jumping in last inning. This pitch from Stiles bounced back to the pitcher on to short. Throw away. Mulcahy's going to stay at first, so it'll be a fielder's choice. A throwing error by the shortstop.
No error because the runner didn't advance. So just a fielder's choice out at second base. But however, you know, it's not an error on the board, but it's a big-time error because LIU Post should be in the dugout right now on a 1-6-3 double play. So let's see what the Penmen can do here, getting another opportunity with Alex Kennedy up.
Also a note, for LIU Post, they have someone warming in the bullpen. It is a left-hander. So let's see how long Stiles is going to go. We talked about how hasn't had a start since May 1st. Had a bullpen stint and obviously not the scheduled starter today. Let's see how long he goes in this game. Alex Kennedy taking strike 1. So Mulcahy at first. Swung on and missed for strike 2.
He's still got some gas in the tank. They may have a pitcher warming in the bullpen, but he's still throwing quite hard.
Stiles has been very good today for LIU Post, obviously running into trouble last inning. Swung on and missed, so a 3-pitch strikeout beats Alex Kennedy. And LIU Post will go back to the dugout We'll be right back after this. Penman lead 3-2.
Walking the path of integrity. Forever embracing a life in balance. Standing tall and confident. Leaders in the classroom, community, and field of play. With clear vision and a full heart. Looking to the future, devoted to the student athlete. Representing the Northeast. Diverse in composition. United by our values. Determined by nature. Uncompromised by choice. We are the NE10.
Welcome back here to Penman Field. Southern New Hampshire still leading 3-2. Wesley Tobin thus far through 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. He's been very impressive. And as you said, Bob, his command has been very good.
Keep it going. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Penman clinging to this 3-2 lead. And again, if there is no more if you don't win game 1 here. So you play this one to win the game, whatever it takes, and then you'll see what the cards look like as you get ready for what you hope is going to be a second game. LIU post playing pretty relaxed as well, and they know what's at stake here in this one. They would love to end this right here, right now. Yeah.
Yes. This one's popped up. Mulcahy will have room, and he made the catch. What a fantastic play.
Yeah, it took a second opportunity right for Mulcahy. He didn't catch it at first. The ball popped up into the air, but he stayed with it. And they get the out. Wow. As it comes back to the screen, ball in and out of the glove. And did he catch it with his bare hand? I think he did. Great work, camera crew.
So Dakota Mulcahy again dropped one earlier on, and it cost the Penman a run. This time makes a big catch for the Penman. This is ball 1 away to Wasson. Wasson 333 average on the year. Really good. This one popped up. Blandini, the shortstop, camping under it, puts it away for out number 2. So Tobin's starting to settle down a little bit here for the Penman.
A little tough on those high pop-ups.
So
especially on a clear day.
Brem will come up. He is 1 for 1. He also walked. So he's been on base twice as he'll try to start something for LIU post. In game number 1, again, game 2 only happens if Southern New Hampshire wins. If LIU post wins game 1, they will go home and they will also host the regional championship. Pitch on the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, Brem also has a stolen base. He had his 21st stolen base. They're really the top 3 in the order. Coach Gaffney could really shuffle the deck and go with anybody.
This one's lined hard into center field. Tavares makes it look routine. So Wesley Tobin gets through LIU post 1, 2, 3. In the bottom half of the 5th, we'll be right back for the top half of the 6th in the late innings.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
At SNHU, building a campus that feels like home is important to us.
I felt like I was walking to a family. I have that one-on-one experience with the professors here, and they take an interest in what you want to do, and they can help you use your passions to get you to where you want to go. When I graduate, my degree is going to propel me into my future. Southern New Hampshire University. It's been the greatest decision I've ever made.
Visit snhu.edu.
Welcome back here to Penman Field, top of the 6th inning. Southern New Hampshire still leading 3-2 here over LIU Post. Kevin Alexi due up here for the Penman. 2 for 2 today with a run scored and also a double. He's been fantastic for this team. Also a home run in game number 1 against Assumption, so he's been hot at the right time, the right fielder. So first pitch upcoming by Mike Stiles. It's fouled down the left field line. Stiles thus far 5 innings, 7 hits given up, 3 runs all earned, 4 strikeouts, no walks. 76 pitches now for him, as this one's fouled down the first baseline, 0-2. If you're Stiles, the key is you need to get another quick inning. You want to go as soon as possible. You want to get this hot offense back into the dugout and get some more runs. This one fouled off by Alexi.
Kind of interesting going after that pitch. I mean, maybe he thought it was coming back towards the edge of the plate there.
Thought it was a backdoor curveball. This one now inside, ball 1.
Almost hit him.
For the Penman, 6, 7, 8 hitters due up. All their RBIs coming in the bottom of the order. This one's driven for a ride by Alexi. Dropped out in left field, or misplayed, and Alexi's going to stumble into second. Let's see how it's scored. I believe it will be a double. So Kevin Alexi, second double a day, now 3 for 3. Now he's another name that's kind of coming out here in this tournament for the Penman. And again, the story's been all year. These bats come out. Penman's a really good team. This might be it for Stiles, as manager's going to come out for LIU Post.
And they've continued to have a left-hander warming in their bullpen. Out in left field there, what did you see from Camilo there? It looks like he took a good line right to the ball, or where he thought the ball was going to be, and it just carried a little bit further than they thought over his head. He never did get his glove on it. It's over his head. There's been no indication, by the way, yet that we're going to have a pitching change.
Kind of looked early on that he charged at first, took a wrong step, and then after that had to play catch up, and it's a very hard thing to do in left field, and as you see, it falls in. Also, sunniest day out of the 3 days, and I'm sure that doesn't help the outfielders.
All right, it's still going to be Stiles.
So Coro, Goldstein, and Tavares now, the 3 players who have hit a run home today for the Penman next due up. Let's see what the plan is here. Penman using the bunt first inning. Let's see if they do it here to try to get an insurance run. First pitch. Coro swings. It's back to the pitcher. He'll look back Alexi and retire Coro. Really aggressive at bat there by Coro. Kind of wonder why you're swinging first pitch there, unless you really thought it was something he could drive. Kind of got the end of the bat.
Goldstein drove in a run with a grounder to short his last time up. And a man in scoring position to try to add an insurance run here and a 3-2 lead for the Penman.
First pitch upcoming by Stiles to Goldstein. It's away, ball 1.
8 hits now on the board for the Penman. They have hits in 5 of the 6 innings.
Really impressive offensive start. And for the Penman, they need to continue this if they want to win game 1 and also game 2. They want to come back here to Penman Field next week. This one into left field. Camilo charging, puts this one away. So 2 quick outs with the runner on second. Now bring up Idelson Tavares. Last time up, base hit into right field, scored the run, and then advanced to second.
Still a base hit'll do it. Get that run in, but the Penmen have twice had an opportunity to get the runner at least a third, and they've not been able to do that yet.
With Scott Loazzo on third base coach, you know he's going to be waving him in any chance he can. And again, Tobin starting to get into that rhythm, although is at 87 pitches, so let's see how long he goes in this game. The 1-0 popped up, however, will get out of play, 1-1. Obviously, the Penmen trying to go back to carry North Carolina. It's always the goal. Try to win a Division II national championship.
It's nice to be able to say that you know that's where you kind of set the bar at the beginning of the year, right? Getting to the College World Series. There are a lot of teams who play college baseball who have not had that kind of opportunity.
Ball 2 away, and we talked about it. They've been to the regionals now 8 straight years. Something you can't say often. This one's inside, 3-1. Just crazy stats from this baseball team. Scott Loazzo really making a powerhouse in the NE10 conference and also in Division II. So 3-1 here to Idelson Taveras. Blandini will be on deck. This one's lined into left. Camillo will not get to it, so we'll be full here. Really big at bat, and for Styles, you got to think you really don't want to face number 7 in the on-deck batter spot.
It's the old pitcher versus hitter battle at 3-2. Here we go.
Alexi takes a big lead. Taveras pops this one up. Looks like it will get out of play, and it will. Right fielder running after it was Brem, however, couldn't get to it, so Alexi will head back to second.
And Styles will have to throw 3-2 again.
Isn't it the best? 3-2, runner on base. You know you're getting a good pitch to hit at the batter. Here comes the 3-2. Taveras puts it into center. However, nice play to retire the side, so the Penmen get a double, don't do anything with it. However, they still lead 3-2 here at Penman Field in Hooksett, New Hampshire.
Stand up if you are a first-generation college student. Stand up if you're a mother. If you are actively deployed, a veteran, or you're in a military family, please stand. The world in which we live equally distributes talent, but it doesn't equally distribute opportunity, and paths are not always the same.
I'm so proud of you, Dad.
I will tell you this, Southern New Hampshire University can change the whole trajectory of your life.
Welcome back here to Penman Field on the beautiful campus of Southern New Hampshire University on a beautiful day here in Hooksett, New Hampshire. Kind of been a really rainy month here in New Hampshire. However, beautiful day today for a couple of baseball games, or one baseball game. Wesley Tobin heads back out for his 6th inning of work. The 4, 5, 6 hitters as Anthony Vaglica will come up first. 0 for 2 today. First pitch by Tobin. In there for strike 1.
Congratulations on your degree, my friend.
Thanks, Bob. Everyone keeps on bringing it up for the broadcasts.
Well, I mean, it's pretty special.
The 0-1 is on the outside corner. 0-2. You know, you're nicer. That was a nicer way of saying it than what Jacob Van Ryan says. Because the next question was, what's your job going to be?
Oh, I've already asked you that, and I got my head bit off.
This one lined into center field for a base hit. Taveras will pick it up. Throw it into Goldstein. So lead runner on for post as they try to get their crowd back into it. Try to take this lead and put this away quickly.
Yeah, and listen, you don't need me to keep reminding you that this Pioneer lineup, top to bottom, is really solid, and they're guys that are going to go after some pitches, and there you saw Vaglica put one right into center field, and they start the inning with a hit.
That was the 90th pitch for Tobin, so always have to look at pitch count because you never know how much you're going to throw them. However, probably think you're going to let them throw out everything because it's a winner-go-home situation. Ball 1.
I don't see anybody in the bullpen at this point.
2. Manzione, 1 for 2 with that hard double. This one's high, ball 2.
Yeah, that was the other inning that the Pioneers started with a hit, and it led to their 2 runs. Manzione was followed by a Camillo base hit. That scored a run. Drop, pop-up led to the other.
Again, we talked about this whole order being good, but 4, 5, 6 hitters, a lot of power, a lot of heavy swings here. 2-0 pitch in there for strike 1.
5th hit of the game for LIU. For LIU Post. Manzione has 1. Next hitter, Camillo, has 1.
Camillo's been sensational in this tournament as well, as that one swung on and missed, or fouled off, I should say. Now Camillo, now 5 of 9. So now we will see someone run up to the bullpen. Believe that might be Jeffrey Pramel. Matthew Messier as well. So a couple arms now in the bullpen. Obviously, throw anyone at this point in a win or go home. That one swung on and missed. Big strikeout for Wesley Tobin. That's strikeout number 6 on the day for him, as he's definitely done his part for this Southern New Hampshire team. But now you have another dangerous hitter coming in, Andy Camillo. 1 for 1 on the day.
Single, knocked in a run, and also walked, and then was picked off in the 4th inning.
And that single was very hard hit back up the middle. Off speed in there, strike 1. Camillo, 325 on the year. And again, he's kept his hot hitting into this tournament. See, again, looks to bring Post home with a host game to try to go to Cary, North Carolina. 1-1 now for Tobin. Pitch is in there from the right-hander from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Again, Tobin's stuff has been really good today. .6'3", 235. It's a big boy, and he throws hard. 1-2, fouled down the line and up the hill.
And almost there goes into the woods. That looks like my golf shot. You know, off the tee. You put it out the right, you go, don't go in the woods, don't go in the woods. Oh, went in the woods.
The 1-2 pitch up coming from Tobin is away. 2-2. You all know what I was most impressed from?
What?
Danica, who's doing camera for only the 2nd time, not even flinching out there in right field. She's just ready. 2-2 pitch upcoming from Wesley Tobin here. 1 away, runner on first. Off speed, over the head of Blandini for a base hit. So again, Camillo keeps this streak going. And just like that, you look up and the Pioneers are ready to strike again.
2 on with only 1 away.
A lot of power in this bat. Zach Fritz, 9 home runs. 37 runs batted in.
As you get a replay of the hit there. That was a well-hit ball, too.
Just seems to jump off his bat, almost. And the swings that I've seen him take just catches life second it goes off the bat.
There's a little bit longer conversation than you might expect between the batter and head coach at third base. And have we seen Wesley Tobin's last pitch of the afternoon now?
Interesting, because they ran out there so late. Tobin at 101 pitches on the day. Don't know. There's 2 arms seem to be throwing out there. Kind of maybe a strategy point. See what Scott Loazzo does here, as obviously the goal is to get into that second game and then never know what happens. Obviously, if you do win game one, a lot of momentum heading into game two. You can try to ride that into a game next week. So just a meeting as Wazo will head back. Again, Fritz up 0 for 2, has struck out twice today, both swinging to Tobin.
Penman already faced one elimination game. Came through that 8-0 win over Felician yesterday to get to today.
And what an outing from Andy Morales. Really good stuff last night. Swung on a missed off-speed pitch from Tobin. Again, you said it earlier in the day, he's thrown a lot of that off-speed pitch on his first pitch towards the batter. Maybe trying to mix up this LIU post batting lineup.
I'm right back to it again. Pitcher will step off here.
Let's see what the call is from Mulcahy. Here's the pitch. Again, it's that off-speed pitch, swung on a miss, strike two.
Yeah, went away with it the first time, worked inside the second time. It's 0-2.
Where do you go here, Bob?
I think you have to kind of work one off the plate.
Waste pitch?
Yeah, I think you have to do that.
Do you go off speed or you go fast?
No, I go hard.
Maybe fastball up. Looks like we're not going to see it. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there, strike three. Wesley Tobin, strikeout number 7 on the day. Only a second he got looking. And just like that, you look up now, 2 outs, and you're 1 out away from getting back into the dugout.
Yeah, you know what? I love pitchers who say, you know what? I've got really good stuff, and I'm not going to waste a pitch. I'm going to throw him what I think is the perfect pitch in this situation. And he got the corner, and he got the call. And again, that plays into the consistency of the umpire because that's been a strike most of the day.
On the replay, you see right at the knees as off-speed pitch for strike one.
The hitter didn't argue this time.
Really bringing good stuff today.
And now he gets ahead of Franchi. Tying runs at second in a 3-2 game.
Franchi also base hit last time. He was up at the plate. See if he can come through again for the Pioneers. This one's off the plate, 1-1. So bottom of the order here for the Pioneers, which for most lineups you look and you go, okay, we're in the bottom of the order. We can try to get out of this. And then for this LIU post team, there's never a dull moment in this lineup. This one on the ground hard. Goldstein makes the play and retires the side. So Wesley Tobin gets out of the jam and is very emotional heading to the dugout. Southern New Hampshire still leading 3-2 here at Penman Field.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
This is LIU Post.
We are pioneers in spirit
and in practice.
On the boards
and beyond borders.
This is LIU Post.
A leader in business.
An international destination for the arts.
An engine of experiential education.
Where entrepreneurs get their start.
Accomplished alumni give back.
And innovative degree programs connect.
For a 360-degree view of the world.
This is LIU Post.
Where the pioneering spirit soars. LIU Post.
Welcome back here to Penman Field as we see the pitcher, Mike Stiles, come back out here for his 7th inning of work. Thus far for Southern New Hampshire, started off slow, had a couple of opportunities go away. The error from Dakota Mulcahy, letting the second run come home, and then big explosion in the 4th inning. You get 3 runs, get the advantage, and then Wesley Tobin has been stellar to keep it at 3-2.
9-1-2. I'm sorry, 1-2-3 for the Penman.
It's top of the order, Tom Blandini, Marcus Chavez, Sam Henry. Big spot here. First pitch. Foul down the first baseline.
2 hits among the top 3 in the order, but both of them by Marcus Chavez, who has a bunt single and a single.
For the Penman, the top of the order has been important to them. However, bottom of the order really doing a good job, as this is going to be a bloop single for Tom Blandini to start off the inning for Southern New Hampshire.
Take it. Put it out there in no man's land. Now you've got a guy at speed at first. Penman really loved to add another run.
So
Chavez,
again,
we already saw Chavez bunt with Blandini at first base back in the first inning.
just about to say that. First inning, same opportunity. Blandini hit by a pitch. Went over to first. Chavez bunt so pretty that he got to reach first. See what the play is here. Inside fastball, ball one. Kind of a pitch that's like, okay, back away from the plate. Again, left-hander still warming in the pen. The 1-0 on the ground. Tailor-made double play. They go 6-4-3. So big double play for LIU post. As Chavez grounds right into it. Really good defensive play again by LIU post.
You can second guess your decision to not bunt a little bit later on, right?
And again, we talked about the defensive consistencies from both of this team. Mulcahy really the only blunder, cost a run. Really good defensive play there by the shortstop to start the double play off. So now Sam Henry, instead of 1 on and 1 out, now no on and 2 outs. One's away for strike 1. Also interesting to see if Wesley Tobin will head back out to the mound to start the 7th inning for the Penman. This one away as well, 2-0. Post not a fan of the call. See home plate umpire turn to the post dugout. This one on the ground. Pitcher will make the play. So the Penman started off optimistic with a base hit, however ground into a double play, and then the easy one. Get up and stretch. Bottom of the 7th coming up.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face. You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
When I see obstacles, I create opportunities.
When I see adversity, I find a way.
When I hear never, I say now.
Southern New Hampshire University is education made to fit your goals. With over 200 degree programs, flexible class schedules, and some of the lowest online tuition rates in the nation.
So when I face barriers, I can break through.
Break through at snhu.edu.
Welcome back here to Penman Field as we head out for the bottom of the 7th. As we talked about, will Wesley Tobin be back out there? He is indeed out there for his 7th inning of work. He's been really tremendous today.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times in the major leagues when Tobin came up with that ground ball to second base to get out of the jam last inning, and he reacted as if he knew that it was going to be his last out, and you kind of thought, well, maybe they are going to turn it over to the bullpen here. Well, we're in the 7th inning, and Tobin's going to, I imagine, be out here as long as he's not in any trouble.
Well, another storyline in Game 1, LIU Post hit a 2-run home run off of Jeffrey Pramel, who's been the go-to guy in the Southern New Hampshire bullpen, ERA under 1. And see what the plan is here. I assume you still have trust in him as this one's popped up. Mulcahy may have room, however, it will land right in front of us.
Yeah, he turned around and looked up and put his hands in the air to say, I have no idea where it is. And I think he caught it at the end anyway, but it was into the netting.
There wasn't a net in front of us. We could have put our hand out and made that play.
3 of them already in the game today.
Rare to see for sure.
Did not make a play the first time. That led to the run, but he did make a terrific catch back near the screen later.
This is Jimmy Mendyke, by the way, the third baseman, now falls behind 1 and 2 to Tobin. He is 0 for 2 today, so 9-1-2 hitters for LIU Post. They're getting close to that top of the order.
Yeah, and they're combined. The 3 guys were combined 0 for 8 today against Tobin.
kind of think that's not going to stand with this high-powered offense.
Sure, but it also might be one of the reasons why Scott Loazzo looks at it and says, I like the way that Tobin has pitched these three guys. Let's take my chances.
Another reason maybe save pitchers because of next game. That one's in the dirt, 2-2. I know you play for the win here, but
I'm not even thinking about the next game. I'm thinking about how am I going to finish this one off 3-2. I need 9 outs, and that's tough to get.
2-2 pitch from Tobin. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 8 on the day for Wesley Tobin. Again, that fastball still has juice. Look at this fastball. Good velocity there. Strikeout number 8. ...113 pitches for Wesley Tobin now. 114 is in there for a strike, and that breaking pitch also looking very well right now.
Chaccio, the hitter, was the one who hit the foul ball back to the screen that was caught by Mulcahy. 2 other at-bats have ended in strikeouts.
That breaking pitch stays high, 1-1. DJ accidentally playing music. And we'll do this again. The 1-1. Inside, 2-1. If you're Tobin, do you get frustrated at any distraction?
I don't think he had any idea the music was even playing. That's how in the zone I think Tobin is right now.
Kind of see it from him.
Plate umpire Cacciatore immediately put his hands in the air.
One's high, 3-1 now. Tobin doesn't normally walk a lot of batters, has 2 walks today. And again, this would be a big spot because if you do walk the one hitter, you deal with Wasson and Brem, who've been fantastic. That one's high, ball 4. There's going to be a runner on, and let's see how long the leash is for Wesley Tobin.
Right, so you walk. That's his 3rd walk of the game. Again, you talk about feeding into the better part of the order, but don't forget Chaccio and that top of the order has a lot of speed, and they can be aggressive here trying to get the run.
Chaccio, 16 stolen bases, has only been caught 4 times. Obviously, LIU post down a run. Maybe it's time to get aggressive. As off speed in there for strike 1. Because again, you do look at the Southern New Hampshire bullpen. You do have Pramel, who you don't really get often. Sophomore's been fantastic. So maybe you try to jump ahead here, get a runner in scoring position, and then maybe a bounce goes your way. The 0-1 from Tobin is away, 1-1. Again, it's all speculation because you don't know who's coming out of the bullpen for the Penmen. Pramel's pitched 2 days in a row. You don't know if he's even good to go today.
Well, I imagine with no tomorrow, he's good to go today.
The 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1 now, the count.
Not the time to lose your command.
That was pitch number 121 for Wesley Tobin, so I'm sure he's coming towards the end here. Christopher Wasson, 2-1 pitch. Swung on, lifted high into left field. Kennedy charging in, makes the play.
Handles the position very well.
And again, he doesn't normally play out there. He came in as a catcher. They played him at first base, put him in right field, loved his bat. Now he's in left field, and he's been playing there every day this year.
Yeah, you're an athlete. You can play. So I still have a tough out to get here, though.
It's a hot sports take by Bob Lipman right there. 2 outs, runner on first for Dave Brem. 1 for 2, also with a walk today. Pickoff move, not in time. So again, Tobin has done very well against this dangerous top of the order for LIU post. See if he can do it again here with 2 away. First pitch. And there for strike 1.
Nice one.
That breaking pitch seems to have the same break as it did at the beginning of this game.
And he's throwing it for strikes, and that's the important thing. If they know that they're constantly going out of the zone, then LIU Post can just lay off of it.
The 0-1 from Tobin. Pickoff move instead, not in time. Again, we talked about it a lot today. Tobin's aggressiveness as a pitcher. He wants to go. If he can get you out in 3 pitches, he's going to do it. He's not going to waste a pitch. He wants to go as hard as he can, and his mentality is, here's my fastball. If you're going to hit it, you're going to hit it. Or he just bends that in as there's strike 2 on the outside corner. It's now 0-2.
I'm not giving this guy a fastball.
See if they go for a 3rd straight breaking pitch. Runner takes off. It's a fastball. It hits off the runner, and that will be the 3rd out.
How about that? How rare is that play? The ground ball hits
off the
runner, and that's it. On pitch 125 of the game, Wesley Tobin gets the 3rd out, and LIU Post runs into an out.
We'll be right back with the top half of the 8th right after this.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
Welcome back here to Penman Field. Bob Lippman, you've seen a lot of baseball in your day. How rare is this play upcoming?
Yeah, I mean, it's something you see every couple of years, maybe. And the runner, I don't think the runner ever saw the ball.
Mulcahy takes the first pitch, lines it into center, however, will be retired. Again, weird way to pick up a 3rd out in an inning. Southern New Hampshire will take it. They still lead 3-2 here, now 1 away in the top of the 8th. And again, for Wesley Tobin, you got to think that's his night. He's done 125 pitches, 8 strikeouts, and 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. Really good day out of him.
Penman needs 6 more outs in order to force a second game with LIU Post, which will be played following this one to decide who advances in the NCAA tournament.
And who hosts. It's another key thing in this. You're not going and traveling. You get it at your home field, which will give you an extra pump as Kennedy takes this one to a ride into right field, and it's out of here. Alex Kennedy, the freshman, has done it again. Coming into today, .667 average, and now it's his 2nd home run in back-to-back days against LIU Post.
What a big one, because that makes it 4-2. There's that insurance run that the Penmen have tried to build on for the last couple of innings.
And that swing was pretty. Here's the replay. This one's just launched into right field. Alex Kennedy. Now Alexi hits this one far, and the bat flip is real. Back-to-back home runs for the Penmen, and they lead 5-2. Kevin Alexi, his 2nd home run of the tournament. And there's a big stare down between the catcher, who did not like Alexi. There's a lot of argument from LIU Post. He stood there a long time, and look at that bat flip.
Yeah.
And the catcher I believe the catcher got tossed. And that's going to be huge for LIU Post.
Is that for?
I don't know if that's for both games or for one game, but Anthony Vaglica, who's been the best player for Post here, has been tossed. Here's the replay. Look at Alexi take his time, and then catcher pushing him. Umpire didn't like it and tossed him. So back-to-back home runs for the Penmen. And again, a lot of talk on the field. Kevin Alexi, big spot, launching one.
Ryan Dalton, the sophomore, will take over as catcher. And back-to-back pitches, the Penmen hit solo home runs, Alex Kennedy and Kevin Alexi.
So we talked about how Kennedy, it was his second home run in 2 days. Alexi hit a big one in the first game, kind of did the same thing and stared there and looked at it. Now here today, he absolutely crushed it and he knew it and stayed there a little too long for the catcher's liking, and now this is a big set of events for the Pioneers, because if he's gone for game number 2, it's been a staple piece for them. He bats in the 4 spot. It's been huge. Number 2 in average. It's 34 RBIs. There's going to be a lot of talk right now. We are going to take a break, and we'll be right back when everything settles down here at Penman Field. Welcome back here to Penman Field. Back-to-back pitches, back-to-back home runs for the Penman. We're going to show you the replay here. Here's the first one, Alex Kennedy launching this one into right field and giving the Penman a 4-2 advantage. Big spot, big insurance run for the Penman, who again have to win 2 games to advance. And here comes the second one from Alexi. Stared it down, and again the push from Vaglica, and he eventually getting tossed, but Alexi launching it deep into right and over the fence. So Penman now lead 5-2. We're also going to get a pitching change here. So now Alex Kennedy in this tournament, 7 of 13, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, 5 runs scored. He's definitely been the player for this Penman offense.
Yeah, has made some nice plays in the field as well here as we get the pitching change in. Ryan Dalton, as I mentioned, is in as the catcher. 26, Michael Andreoli will now take over on the mound for LIU Post. I did see our plate umpire, Mr. Cacciatore, he warned both benches, and after the bat flip and then the contact, the catcher being ejected from LIU Post, they want to make sure that nobody's throwing it at anybody and try to get back here to some good sportsmanship. Not easy. This is a lefty. Andreoli out of Wantagh, New York.
Well, what you normally see is after a bat flip or whatnot, you kind of send a message like, you don't do that. And
well,
obviously,
you know, in baseball in 2019, you do that. You know, players are celebrating a little bit more than maybe some of the old schoolers like.
Do you like Alexi staying there that long?
I'm fine with it. I have no problem with it at all.
maybe a little too long. I think he backed up to a little bit, which, like, I don't know. Yes, you hit it. It's a big spot. We get it.
Yeah, but as the catcher, you can't react like that.
I agree.
You know that.
I agree. But obviously, big spot of the game, and now obviously, again, there might be 2 games today.
Yeah, well,
if Southern New Hampshire can hold on, pick up 6 outs, there'd be a game 2. Is the catcher able to play? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Jacob Van Ryan giving me the head nod. No. So big turn of events for LIU Post. And again, that bat could cost you a chance to host and then maybe go to the World Series. That's how crucial this could be for the Pioneers.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll take it the other way, because you know what else it means. First of all, you've already lost one starting pitcher today. Now you've lost your catcher. It fires up the rest of the team. And how many times have you seen in athletics exactly a scenario like this where, they're down a couple and the team rallies around them?
So probably a lot of baseball left to play today.
Well, next thing for LIU Post is to get some outs in order to chance to move on.
First pitch is high to Jake Coro. He's had a long time to wait on the on-deck circle. 1 for 3 today with an RBI. And if all is said and done, if the Penmen come back here and turn this thing around, win back-to-back games, how big would it be for the freshman from Braintree, Massachusetts, Alex Kennedy, who's easily been their best player in this tournament. This one fouled down the first baseline for strike 1.
Yep, Wesley Tobin has given the Penmen all they could have hoped, I think, in this start today against a really good offensive team. He's kept them off balance, has not had a lot of runners on base, and has played well. He's given the Penmen a chance to win the game, and that's where they are here.
So Andrioli looking to settle it down. Coro lines this just foul down the first baseline.
Pitcher knows that he got away with one there.
And Coro can fly out of the base paths. Multiple doubles and triples this year for him. A lot of speed. So that one could have been trouble again for LIU Post. It's 2-2 count now for Andrioli against Coro. Pitch popped up. Looks like it will stay in the infield. Wasson over there puts it away. So 2 away now in a very interesting top half of the 8th inning, to say the least. And now Joshua Goldstein will come up for the Penmen.
Yeah, what a difference between the 2 scoring innings for the Penmen in the game. This one, they used the long ball, back-to-back homers, and it was ground balls through to the right side to build for 3 runs when they took the lead in the top of the 4th inning.
Well, look, we talked about it. Pitching's there for Southern New Hampshire. Are the bats there? And if they're there, it's a well-oiled machine. And these 2 insurance runs are huge, because now you're up 3, and now you're down to your final 6 outs, and it's very important to get it done, to at least bring it to a second game where you put all the pressure on the Pioneers, who only need to win one of the 2. And again, the Pioneers have been on this hot streak where they've been just coasting through. So 0-2 to Goldstein. However, no lead is safe. Southern New Hampshire was down 3 into the 9th, and they almost came back and beat LIU Post last night, as this one's in the dirt, 1-2.
But almost is the word, and I'll take the 3-run lead to the 9th inning.
For
I'll
sure.
be pretty happy with that.
So 1-2 to Goldstein. This one's lined into the gap. Let's see if Goldstein's going to try for extra bases. He's going to take a long turn around first.
Yeah, Chacho did a great job to get over there and not let that ball get by him. So holds Goldstein to the 2-out single here.
So 12th hit of the day for the Penmen. If you ask Scott Loazzo, your team's going to hit 12 hits against LIU Post, I think you would shake your hand and say, thank you, I'll take it every time, as they lead 5-2 here over the Pioneers. Idelson Taveras now up. Goldstein over at first. This one's fouled back, strike 1.
And YIT to play whoever comes out of today's play here in this Southern New Hampshire Regional.
And I'm sure they're watching this game right now to figure out who they're playing next week.
Congratulations on the win.
The 0-1 in the dirt low, 1-1.
It's a pretty good block there behind the plate.
Really
Not an
good.
easy one for Dalton, who, again, just came on.
So it started off tough for the Pioneers, losing their pitcher of the year. And now they lost one of their team leaders behind the plate. And fortunate set of events for the Pioneers, and they still have a chance here to battle back and still host next week. See how this one shakes down. For sure, it's been a very good sub-regional here at Penman Field. Been fortunate enough to call 2 days of action. And even the day that I missed, still a lot of good baseball from all these teams. The 2-1. Tavares with a good aluminum on the bat. Over in the hill and into the woods down the right field line. So 2-2 count to Tavares. Andrioli, very tough for him to come into this game after all the tension. He's done a really good job. Gets a slow roller to the second baseman, flipped on, and in time. Damage has been done, though. Penman, back-to-back home runs. Alex Kennedy and then Kevin Alexi. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 8th. Penman lead 5-2.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
Still can, Bob.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Welcome back. All right, pitching change time, and we wondered when it was going to be that they decide to make this switch. Wesley Tobin gives you 7, and the bullpen needs to get you 6 outs.
And it's Jeffrey Premel for Southern New Hampshire. Been the guy all year, been the closer. Really, really good stuff. Picked up his first loss of the season last night. ERA 1.15 coming into yesterday. 0.6 earned run average. 31 in the third innings. The sophomore has been the guy.
125 pitches for Wesley Tobin. Season high, probably. Might be probably a career high, or a Copeland just said. Pramel is he's actually from my neck of the woods, sophomore from Bridgewater, New Jersey. Bridgewater Raritan High School. When I was in school down there, there was Bridgewater East and Bridgewater West. But I think the schools merged together probably back in the 90s. Central New Jersey.
So now Pramel will get the job of trying to get 6 outs and get the Penman into a second game here as they look to go back to carry back-to-back years. Would be very impressive. Strike one on the outside corner. Really good breaking stuff by Pramel. He's going to throw his hard curveball or slider very effectively against this post team. However, did give up a 2-run home run last night. Have to bring it up. This pitch is high, 1-1. And for post, due up, Ryan Dalton will come up. Obviously, he just came in for Anthony Veglica, who again is their cleanup hitter, as he goes for strike 2. Very big turn of events, because now for game 2, what are you going to do? You don't have your catcher, and you don't have the pitcher that you would have gone to in game 1, or in probably game 2. The 1-2 is high for 2-2. Again, this
you get 4 runs, you don't have to worry about it.
That's right, but I feel like at this point of the game, you're starting to think about who's your game 2 starter just in case. 2-2 pitch. Popped up into shallow right. Alexi is there, puts it away.
They had no trouble with the sun there and right. Look, I think the guys on the left side have a little bit more of an issue with the sun this time of day. So 1 away here in the 8th. 2 more batters to get here. 5 outs away from forcing a game 2 here in this regional.
Manzione due up now. A lot of power in this bat, 1 for 3. His double was one of the hardest hit balls of the day for sure. Now he'll get his look at Pramel. First pitch. Breaking one, fouled down the third baseline.
Tobin, 6 hits allowed. He walked 3, and he struck out 8. Is that right?
8.
I got it, 8.
Good guess. Really good day for Wesley Tobin. Again, the offense coming through with 2 big insurance runs here in the top half of the 8th. And now Jeffrey Pramel trying to close it down. This one's slow roller over. Charging Scoro. Nice play. And the throw's in time over to Henry. Made that one look easy. Charging in hard. No misplay there.
Nope. As long as the infield is true, you're all set there. And no funny bounces. And Coro gloved it. And Pramel held a shot at a 1-2-3 inning here in the 8th.
And again, really solid defense both ways, other than the Mulcahy mishap all the way back in the 2nd. So really good defensive teams here as well. First pitch from Pramel to the best hitter for LIU Post in this tournament, Camilo. He's now 6 of 9 in this tournament. Just fantastic. 2 for 3 today with an RBI. The 1-0 swung on and missed. 1-1. One pitch upcoming. Again, 2 down in the 8th. Penman 4 outs away. Pitch away, 2-1.
Penman will have their top of the order a 5th time at the top of the 9th inning. Blandini, Chavez, and Henry.
Another interesting note, the offense really coming from the late part of the lineup again for Southern New Hampshire. It's kind of been the story, is the bats from the late part helping the top of the order. So now 2-2 to Camilo. Let's see if Pramel can send down the Pioneers 1-2-3. Comes the pitch on the ground, fouled down the line.
Penman took a 3-2 lead to the 8th when Alex Kennedy and Kevin Alexi went back-to-back on consecutive pitches. Those 2 solo home runs give the Penman 12 hits and a 5-2 lead.
Again, as you said, the difference between the 4th inning and the 8th inning was the long ball, the short ball. Ground balls that just got through into right field gave the Penman 3 runs, and then 2 home runs gave them 5 runs. This one's fouled back, stays 2-2. Obviously, Camilo, really good hitter, and he's seeing the ball well. Only struck out 19 times this year, opposed to 27 walks. So good discipline. He does not strike out often. 2-2 pitch from Pramel. This one into center field. Tavares gets a really good jump on it, makes it look way too easy. So 1-2-3 for Jeffrey Pramel. Penman still lead 5-2. They are 3 outs away from forcing a game 2 here at Penman Field.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student-athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student-athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back here to Penman Field. Southern New Hampshire leading 5-2 here with 3 outs remaining to force a game 2. Let's see what the idea is for the Penman. Michael Andrioli will look to keep it at a 5-2 lead. Top of the order due up for the Penman: Blandini, Chavez, and Henry. Blandini last time up, base hit, and then got turned into a double play victim off the bat of Chavez. First pitch here from Andrioli is in the dirt, ball 1. Two really good teams today going at it. This game's been nothing short of awesome, I would say. 3-2 game heading into the 8th inning. Can't ask for better.
7 1/3 from the starter Mike Stiles today. End up giving up 5 runs on 11 hits.
The 1-1, Blandini. It's going to be another base hit into left field. So Blandini looking to add more insurance runs for the Penman.
And I think that this certainly helps your confidence if you can force, the winner take all game coming up here. The Penman have 13 hits today, and they've been swinging the bat pretty well. And yesterday was a difficult day. I mean, to have to play the split doubleheader, we didn't finish up until midnight.
For sure.
Yeah, you didn't get your usual prep in this morning,
and you knew that this team was going to have fire coming into this game. You want to go back-to-back years. You want to host, because next week now you get to host. If you win back-to-back games, be huge. I'm sure the seniors on this team are looking forward to it.
Yeah,
there's still a lot of baseball
Look, I'm
to
not
go.
putting the cart in front of the horse, if you will. I mean, you're gonna have to earn it in this next game.
For sure.
Yep.
These teams have played very close every time. Chavez, a little slow roller that's going to go for an infield hit.
And boy,
everything is going Penman right now.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times that's happened already in the game, right? The Penman have just found the sweet spot on the right side of the diamond. Well, gingerly the second baseman there, Fanchi, came up, didn't he?
Sometimes baseball is a game about luck. Comes down to inches, and we've seen that a little bit here today.
Yeah, we've seen things today that we don't ever see. When's the last time a pitcher that you got scratched for his pregame routine, right?
10 games before, another note, runner running to second, ball hits him.
Right.
Last time you ever seen that? Or how about a 1-footer error from the catcher to score a run?
Yeah, look, you had to put an error up on that. That was one of the most difficult plays of the day that any defensive player had.
Sure.
But the ball hit right there, and that led to a run. That was huge at the time. Gave the Pioneers a 2-0 lead in this one.
Yep. Well, that's why they play the game. 5-2. Blandini on second, Chavez on first. Henry looking to get a bunt down, will not. So 1-1 here. On deck would be Dakota Mulcahy. It's been tremendous ever since that era.
Yeah, you got to look. Henry would love to just swing the bat right now and try to make something big happen. But you know what? This is such an important game, and who knows what LIU Post is going to be able to do in the bottom of the 9th inning. If your coach asks you to bunt, you do, and Henry didn't get it down the first time. Let's see if he can do it the second time and get 2 into scoring position.
Exactly. Just try to build upon these insurance runs with only 4 or 3 outs to go for them. You want to get that lead to 4 or 5 runs as sacrifice bunt is put down very nicely by Sam Henry. Second time he's done that today. First time all the way back in the first inning. Penman didn't get any runs out of it. Let's see if Dakota Mulcahy can come through, or in fact it will be Joshua Zaberski who's going to come in. So Zaberski, the right-hander, opposed to Mulcahy, the left-hander. Really big power bat here for the Penmen. It's come through the senior captain. See if he can do it again for the Penmen. Now with 2 runners in scoring position.
6'2", 225-pounder out of Stafford Springs, Connecticut. Of course, he'll stay in the game to catch for the bottom of the 9th inning.
Infield is in for the Pioneers, as it has to be at this point in the game. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1.
He's going to take a big rip at it and just try to get it through this drawn-in infield.
For sure. Also 3 home runs on the year for Zaberski, so again, a lot of pop in the bat. Maybe he can drive one out to the outfield. Sacrifice fly, or if it finds a home, that'd be perfect. This one's away, 2-0. Maybe you pitch around Zaberski, deal with Kennedy, although Kennedy's been red hot. However, you do get a lefty-lefty matchup, right. So maybe that's the play here. 2-0 to Zaberski. On the ground, hard diving effort by the third baseman. He'll come home. Blandini avoids the tag and gets in safely for the Penmen. Fancy base running by the shortstop, and the Penmen lead by 4 on a fielder's choice to third base.
That was terrific work by Blandini. When you watch him come from third here, watch Dalton will be there, and Blandini ran around him and came in on the backside and slapped home plate right in front of the umpire. So it was an easy call that he was safe. Penman get a run out of it, and Zaberski a pinch hit RBI to make it 6-2.
Really good camera angle too from the girls up top, Allie and Emma. First and third here to Alex Kennedy. Home run last time up to start the insurance runs, who now the Penmen tacked on 3 more from their 3-2 lead, now lead 6-2 with only 3 outs remaining here in game 1. There could be a game 2. Don't want to jinx anything for sure. This one's on the ground, gets through Mendyke, who just made a tremendous play, and now another run's going to score for the Penmen. They're going to go hit for Alex Kennedy. So again, the freshman continues to go. Now 8 for 14 in the tournament, the freshman.
RBI for Alex Kennedy to make it 7-2. Kevin Alexi coming up.
Again, Mendyke has been really good over there at third base all day, and he just made a tremendous play and throw. Then this small one just sneaks right by for another run.
Yeah, took a double away from Zaberski with that play down the third base line.
See what the play is Kevin Alexi, who hit that long home run last time up in the 8th inning, and then started the pushing match from behind home plate, and then we're here now.
Well, he did. Alexi didn't push anybody.
No, but the bat flip definitely provoked it. So 0-1 here to Kevin Alexi. Let's see what the Pioneers do here. 0-1 pitch. On the ground for a base hit. Zaberski's going to round third. Throw coming in hot, not in time, or a little off line, and the Penmen have opened this up, and they lead 8-2. And if the bats stay hot like this, the Pioneers are in trouble.
16 hits. Wow. Penman with at least 1 hit in every inning.
Well, I know you weren't here from the open, but me and Jacob talked about the bats go, Penman go, and 16 hits has been definitely, for sure, a very impressive outing, and obviously they'll look to continue it if there is a game 2. Again, still, you never know in baseball. All it takes is a big inning. So it'll be another arm running down to the Pioneers bullpen.
7 hits in the last 2 innings. 2 runs on 3 hits in the 8th, and now 3 runs on 4 hits here in the 9th.
Jake Coro at the plate, the 0-1 pitch. Outside corner, strike 2, really good curveball there. So Andrioli now in his 1 inning of work thus far, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. This LIU Post bullpen kind of been in question even yesterday in the second game. They had to go to the probable starter today to close out the Penman. This one into right field will be played. Runners will just go back, and Goldstein will come up. So in yesterday's game, they went to Lazos, who came in after 8 innings for Lorenzo, who was stellar. Lazos came in, gave up 2 runs, and then they had to go to Loshorn, scheduled to get the start today. Obviously, injury. I'm sure the Penman didn't want to, obviously, take on this game that way. However, it did happen, but the bullpen for Post has been in question. Strike 1 is thrown here.
You know, here's another question for you. If you're Scott Loazzo, do you take Pramel out for the 9th and hold him for maybe a game 2 now?
Goldstein grounds out to the shortstop.
We're about to find out.
Penman 3 outs away from moving on to game 2. They lead now 8-2 after 5 runs of insurance in the past 2 innings. We'll be right back after this.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Welcome back here to Penman Field. The question going in to the break was, is Jeffrey Pramel going to come back out there for the 9th? And he indeed is. Plan probably get these 3 outs. Let's go into game 2 and anything could happen. If there is a game 2, who do you start if you're Scott Loazzo? You've gone through your starters. You had Walkinshaw go. You had Murphy. You had Morales. And then Tobin today has been stellar. Who's the guy you're going to go to?
Well,
that'll be a question.
See. Yeah. Because it wouldn't even be Walkinshaw's throwing day, right?
No.
I mean, he just pitched 2 days ago. Tomorrow would kind of be the throwing day, and if there was a game tomorrow, you might use him. So.
But do you do it if it's win or go home? You know he's a graduate student, final year. He's going to want the ball. There's no question.
On 1 day rest?
Even if
a lot of pitches on Thursday? I don't know.
Let's see. Ball 1 inside from Pramel. Well, first, Penman need to get 3 outs anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
So let's wait to talk about game 2 starter speculation.
See, I think that my use of Walkinshaw in game 2 would be for later innings of game 2, like a 7th and 8th or something like that.
This pitch swung on and belted down the right field line, however, will go foul. Probably home run distance there.
What year are they going to find that ball?
Ronaldo Gullen, who pinch hit for Zach Freitz. The 1-1 in there for strike 2 on the outside corner. Again, a lot of faces today at the home plate umpire.
Yeah, it should mention officially Joshua Zaburski is your catcher here after pinch hitting for Mulcahy.
The 1-2 pitch popped up. This would be a tough play. Blandini hustling over there, makes the play and gets down on the dirt.
Held on to the ball.
Really good range there from Blandini. Played third base last year. Obviously the transition into shortstop, and he's been tremendous there all year. And there you see the range from him from the shortstop position.
No hits for the Pioneers since 1 out in the 6th inning.
from a ridiculous offense.
Prommel, 4 batters faced, 4 batters retired. Still need 2 more outs. Wesley Tobin in line to win it. 8-2, Penman in the 9th.
David Franchi, the second baseman, due up, takes strike 1 from Pramel. So 2 outs away. This will be very interesting as we go. This game 2, if it does happen, Penman will have all the momentum going into it. 16 hits, 8 runs in game 1. However, you never know. Just start back over at 0-0, and all those hits could go away. It'll be interesting, and it'll be a fun one for sure. So 0-2 here to Franchi. Next would be Mendyke, the third baseman. Swung on and missed. Pramel with the strikeout. And if you're the Penman, 1 out away from getting to what you wanted. 1 out away from hosting an East Regional Championship game.
Yes, and the visitors can say the same thing.
I agree. LIU Post obviously would host as well. NYIT would be coming to either Hooksett or go out to Post. 0-1.
This is Michael Green, pinch hitter with 2 outs here in the 9th inning for the Pioneers.
Pramel low on the off-speed pitch.
He's a senior from Stewart Manor, New York.
At 265 on the regular season. The 1-1. That's going to be a base hit in the left field.
So he's not giving up.
2 outs, and the Pioneers have some work to do here in the bottom half of the 9th. So now they get up to the top of the order. Now Chiachio. We talked about it. This is a very high-powered offense. See if they can get this going, try to get into this lead a little bit. Try to see if they can battle back. Henry not covering at first base. 6-run cushion. First pitch. Hit hard into left field. Kennedy camps under it and puts it away. So Southern New Hampshire is going to win game 1. There will be a game 2 right after. So Southern New Hampshire wins 8-2 here. Big games from Kennedy. Kevin Alexi, also a home run. And again, Wesley Tobin, fantastic in game 1. Want to thank Bob Lipman for joining me here in game 1. Supposed to be his day off. Came in, sat down, did a fantastic job.
Congrats on the Southern New Hampshire win, and we'll be watching tonight. See if you can bring it on home. Should be a lot of fun.
For sure. So we are going to take the break. We'll be right back for game number 2 when it starts.